Everyone, hi. Welcome to this library program brought to you by the Contra Costa County Library. Consumer Reports Made Easy, accessing trusted reviews through your library. My name is Allegra Porter, and joining me here today is Susan Cantor Horning.
Hello. Can you
We're,
see me?
yeah, can you see us, everyone? Your friendly librarians.
I can't see me, so I just wondered if you could see me.
I can see you.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. We're very excited to be here. We are recording this presentation. We will not record the question and answer session, which is going to happen at the end of the program. So if you have questions, go ahead and keep them until the end. I'll announce when it's time for question and answers. That way we can hopefully get through as much information as we can. We do have a lot of fantastic information to bring to you today, and we're very excited to do it. All right. So again, welcome. And again, we are recording. So again, my name is Allegra Porter. I'm a librarian too. I've been with the county librarian since 2019. I'm currently providing adult and teen services here at the Clayton Community Library. And joining me today, my co-creator, my co-program presenter is Susan Cantor Horning. She's a librarian 3 with technical services. She and the team at the administrative office bring to the community so many fantastic digital resources, and we're really excited to talk to you today about Consumer Reports, one of our most popular and well-utilized resources for the community. So just to let you know what's ahead, we have a program agenda. So we're going to talk a little bit about what Consumer Reports is. And we're going to tell you how the library provides access. And we do provide access for free to library card holders here in Contra Costa County. We provide access in 3 different ways, and we'll go over all 3 ways to access the platform. First is Flipster, our digital magazine platform. We also have access to the website, consumerreports.org. And for those of you familiar with research and maybe the research platform, we have Master File Complete. So we'll go over all of those. We're also going to we'll do a live demonstration to find product reviews. We'll tell you a little bit about how to get an e-card for those of you who don't already have access to the library's fantastic resources. And the most important thing to take away is we're going to talk to you about how to get help from the library in using this resource and any other resources and services that we provide. And again, at the end of the program, we will have time for questions and answers. So I want to tell you a little bit about Consumer Reports. One moment, I'll get this back on the screen. Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay. Consumer Reports is an independent nonprofit member organization that works side by side with consumers for truth, transparency, and fairness in the marketplace. So on Consumer Reports, you're going to find advice on best buys, unbiased ratings on thousands of products, and a wealth of information to help you make the best buying decisions for you and your family. There's some fantastic information on consumerreports.org's website. I would definitely recommend you check out their About Us section, which I will put a link to that in the chat. You'll see a video on what they do, how they review their products, where they talk about vacuuming over 50 miles of carpet, driving over 100,000 miles to test cars, and washing, I believe it said 40 tons of laundry to test out what products are out there and which ones they recommend you buy. Susan reminded me as we were preparing for this presentation that there are some things to consider about Consumer Reports. They are unbiased, but they do ask for donations. So when we take a tour of the consumerreports.org website, you're going to notice at the top right, there is a donation button. You are not required to donate, but they do ask for donations. They also have partnerships with businesses to make buying easier. So as we look at some of the product reviews, you'll see links to vendors such as Amazon, where you can quickly go into a shopping platform and purchase the item if you'd like. So they have those partnerships as well. Keep that in mind. And finally, they do offer premium memberships to their website at a cost, which you can or can't do, just, it's up to you. And they do collect revenue from their magazine subscriptions. 22 of the Contra Costa County libraries do have consumer reports in the branches. Sorry, it's hard with the blur. Woo. So if you prefer the magazine in print, we have it at 22 of the branches, 22 of the libraries in Contra Costa County. You can check out the older issues. You can't check out the newest issue, at least until the next issue comes out. And the buying guide, which Susan will talk a little bit about, comes out yearly, is no longer available in print. So that item you can only access online, and we'll tell you a bit how to do that. Okay. So Susan, remind me, is this where you take over? Or I'm still going?
No, keep going.
Still me, everybody. Thank you. So, okay, these are the 3 ways, as I was saying, that the library provides online access. And you can get to these, we'll show you through the library's website, which is ccclib.org/resources if you want to get right to it. Flipster Digital Magazines, this provides readers with access to best-selling digital magazines from top publishers. In Flipster, you're going to have access to Consumer Reports magazine. That's, again, the digital version of what we have in print at the library. Consumer Reports buying guide. This used to be available in print. Now it's no longer available. It's only available online. And for those of you looking for information on products in the health industry, Consumer Reports on health. We also have free access to consumerreports.org, where you'll find unmatched product testing, special investigations, and expert advice. And finally, Master File Complete, which offers a broad collection of popular full-text magazines, reference books, and other highly regarded sources from publishers, including Consumer Reports. So Master File has a lot of information on a lot of different things, and one of their sources is Consumer Reports, which we'll talk a little bit more about. So Flipster Digital Magazine.
Okay, I think I can start now.
Which is what we'll start at. We're going to start with
Yeah.
Flipster, which is also available as an app. Is that right, Susan?
Yes. So I can take it from here. Flipster, as we were saying, it's a digital magazine service. So it's the original service we purchased to offer digital magazines. We do have a couple of other digital magazine resources that I'll mention. So with Flipster, users can browse and read digital versions of popular magazines on their computer or mobile device via the Flipster app. And if you download a magazine, then you can read it offline, and selected titles will expire, but then they can be downloaded again. There's no holds, there's no waiting. So just patrons can access Flipster using their library card, and you can view current and back issues of magazines such as People, Time, Scientific American, and all the Consumer Reports. So as I was mentioning before, the library offers digital magazines on a few other platforms. Flipster was the first one that we had. And then if you are familiar with using Libby for ebooks and e-audiobooks, there's also a lot of magazines available through that platform, as well as our new Press Reader platform. But the titles that we offer on Flipster are only available through the vendor EBSCO, whose products we're going to be focusing on today. So we don't want to purchase titles multiple times to be in multiple places. So the ones, so we're just gonna focus on Flipster, and these are that's the only digital platform you will find these Consumer Reports magazines on. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen and show you how to get to Flipster from the library website. Okay. Okay, so does everybody see the library website?
I see it. Yep, we see
Okay,
it.
thank you. So that is cccliv.org. And to get to Flipster, we have several access points on our website. You can go into Browse, and here you can find different items by format. We have magazines and newspapers. And so you'll see the newspapers that we carry. And then we have magazines and newspapers on Press Reader. And then magazines, we have Flipster, and then the Overdrive Libby magazines. But this is one way you can get into it. We also, up at the top here, we have digital resources. I'm just going to go right to the view all A to Z, which isn't a very pretty page, but it has all of our digital resources listed A to Z, and you can just click on F for Flipster and go in that way. So our resources, we have tutorials that go along with our digital resources that are made by Niche Academy. I'm just going to open this up for a moment. Okay. So you'll get an overview of what Flipster is, and then it tells you how to log in. And then if you want to download the app to an Android, an Apple or Kindle Fire, it'll give you instructions for how to do that if you'd like. And I'm just going to go back into.
And Niche Academy is fantastic. There's videos on all kinds of resources that the library provides.
Mm-hmm. So here's Flipster. You can explore by category, consumer. You can just view the latest issues, browse all the issues. I'm going to go up here and just do a search on Consumer Reports. Okay, so we have Consumer Reports and the three versions we were talking about. So I'm going to click on this one. I do want to mention that with the online version, you get the latest copy right away, probably before it makes it into the library. So you just want the latest version of the magazine, you can go right here. Actually, it has, so you can read now, and then there's also back issues. So it goes back to, I think it's 2014, I believe. Let me check. But here's yeah, quite a ways, like 2014, yeah. I'm just gonna open up the magazine.
For me, I think seeing the covers of the issues is so helpful when you're browsing.
Mm-hmm. So it's very visual, very easy. If you have an iPad, it looks great on the iPad. And it's called, I don't know why they call it Flipster, but I think it's because you can flip the pages.
Very cute and clever.
Yeah. So you can you can view the table of contents for this particular issue. You just want to see what's covered, and you'll just see the articles and the products that are rated in this particular issue. There's also a page view. You just easily go right to the page. And I don't know how it's looking to you. If you're having trouble seeing it, you can enlarge. You can use the toggles at the bottom of the screen to enlarge. You can have it fit the whole screen. So, and here's the products that are rated in this issue. And I was going to go just show you, let's see, we'll go look at Kia. So some articles include the full ratings, and others provide only a quick snapshot. And I'm going to get it off of the, 1 second here. Okay. Kind of moves around. So you'll get the overall score, and they're very good at explaining how they get all these, how they do their testing. You can see this here, how they test, how they get the overall score, combines the road test results, survey data. They survey consumers for the reliability and their satisfaction. They do a lot of safety testing. And then they've improved these icons to make it easier to just quickly glance to see if the vehicle is doing better or worse. And then this check mark is really important. If they recommend something, that they have this CR Consumer Report recommendation. And you can just quickly compare vehicles. And they also link then to Consumer Report. Oops, sorry, it's hard to not, okay. They have these links which will have more ratings, more information. So we didn't get the Consumer Reports website until last year. So it was a little frustrating because while it was great to have Flipster, great to have the magazine in digital format like this, there was more information, and then there's a cost to get more information. So now the libraries picked up the subscription, so you can, so our patrons can have everything that almost everything that they offer. And then let's see, there's an index. You might all be familiar if you do if you've looked at this the print version. I know that index was always very popular to see if what you're looking for is in that issue or what issue it's in. So this index has all the articles that were published in the magazine over the past 12 months, including this issue. And then for more, they do have you going to the online site.
So you're seeing what's in that issue, but even further back. So if you're not finding information on refrigerators in this issue, for example, you're going to see what issue has that info you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Okay, I'm just gonna do, let's see, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go back into this, and I was just gonna do one other search for you. So another thing that's nice is that you can search not only this issue, but you can search all those back issues that were on Flipster. So here you can do an issue, you can do this issue, search on, well, I'm gonna do a search on televisions. And we can do this issue, or we can do all issues. So it shows you, this is from the current issue. And then it just goes on. You just can take a look through the results. And let's say, oh, I want to go to May, June 2024. It'll take you right there. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Flipster. And see, I'll do a browse. And I don't know why, but I guess because People Magazine is also considered a consumer magazine, it shows up with Consumer Reports. So here's the buying guide. And it's published once a year in January. And it contains the reviews from the past year of Consumer Reports. And they do a similar category of products each year. So home and technology and automobiles. And as Allegra mentioned, it's now only available in digital format. And it is available on Flipster going back to, let's see, 2015. And so they summarize the year's review, and you can download the guide, you can print it out, you take it with you when you're shopping. I'm just going to go into, and actually, they tell you how to use it. They're very good at instructing you onto how to use the information, where they get the information, how to use your PDF reader to download the whole guide, or just a few pages that you might want. So they tell you to use here, and I'm going to go to the text view because it might be a little easier to see on the screen. Okay. So they tell you how to use their advice. Start with the buying advice when you're trying to decide what you want from a product. And then you should go to the ratings charts to get the details on all these features. And it tells you for some product categories, you're going to find the full ratings. For others, they just show a selection of models. And to see the full ratings, readers with a digital or all access membership can go to the cr.org site. Okay, so let's do a search. I'll just show you a little bit about what's here. Sorry, kind of goes in and out here. We'll go back. Okay, so I'm going to search in the magazine, and I know that that one of the products they talk about are generators. Starts on page 23. And so here is what the ratings look for. It tells you, it gives you buying advice. It's what they want you to look at first. I'm trying to get it to enlarge it. Okay. Okay, so they tell you, you know, how much money to factor to buy and install a transfer switch. I mean, they give you a lot of detail, and also just more buying advice on that site, what to look for, what you don't have, what you can skip, what you can expect to pay, the different brands. And, they all, pretty much look alike, the ratings, tables. So they cover, there are so many categories of products: lawnmowers, mattresses. So, and then the ratings that are published in the buying guide are generally more extensive than those that are published in the magazine. So, and then if you want the full ratings, yeah, the website. They really do point people to the website. And then finally, I was just going to talk about the consumer reports on health.
Susan, you pointed out two great features of Flipster. First, that you can zoom in and out on the text if you're reading it on your iPad or on a computer screen or on your tablet or your mobile device. And then you also pointed out how you can do a text only view, and that's fantastic for those of you who are printing at home. We know how expensive ink toner and ink cartridges can be. So to print just the text without the color and the screen and the images is helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this is a monthly magazine and it's the latest news from medical researchers. It's written for the layperson. So you'll find health trends and any criticism or critiques of the latest medical procedures, preventative measures to help the reader decide what's best for them. So we'll just do a quick view of the magazine here. You can look at again, there's the text view. You can print all the issues, the table of contents, just to see what they cover. And then and it's not a long publication. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of pages. I think this one only has 12 pages. And I'll just do a search for all issues, and I'm going to search on knee pain. And I get 791 results. So you can sort through that. Okay. So now yes, go ahead.
I'll say Consumer Reports on Health, if you're wanting the print copies, they do have them at the Pleasant Hill Library and the Walnut Creek Library. Those are the only two branches that have this particular magazine in print. But everyone with a e-card or with a library card can access it online.
Okay, and then I'm going to move on here because we're going to go to the Consumer Reports website. So as I mentioned, we've had this since actually last September, we purchased it. So and now what you need to do, I'm logged in here, but if you're at I don't think I mentioned this before, but if you're remote, not in the library, you will be asked to log in with your library card number and PIN. So, and I am going, although I know that we are featuring consumer reports down there, but these resources switch out. So, but you'll always be able to find it on our A to Z list. Under consumer reports. Okay, and then you'll see it's coming from EBSCO, and EBSCO is able to sell consumer report subscription to libraries. So it has this funny screen here to log into. It's a third-party vendor. And here's the consumer reports page. So, and this is the part where we were talking about you you actually cannot have an account unless you upgrade. So as a library user, you have access to all the content. You have unlimited access to these reviews and ratings for over 8,500 products and services, and the scores and shopping advice and the latest news on recalls. But as a library user, you cannot modify the library account information. So you can't like save articles, or you can't save products. And to subscribe to Consumer Reports can cost anywhere from $10 to $59. Well, it costs $59 a year, so that's, yeah. So you have this free with your library card. But if you'd like to donate, you can. There's also ways to get involved if you want to join a research product. They talk about the issues. Consumer Reports has been around since the 30s. And with safety was a driving force. I looked at pictures of televisions that would just blow up, go on fire, So I mean, and they want to keep going and advocate for consumers. So they're doing good work.
They wanted some additional information beyond advertisements, right, from the companies. They wanted to give
They don't have, yeah, they don't, and they
Yeah.
don't, it doesn't
back in the
include any
1930s. Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I meant, yeah.
okay.
But yeah, you're right. The website itself, no advertisements, right?
No advertisements, and I'll mention as while they do go to Amazon, there's just not all those reviews from people that you don't know who they are. That it could be a bot. There are sites that pay, that use bots to, or pay people to write favorable reviews. So you're getting tested, reliable information.
Yeah, according to the website, Consumer Reports has over 6 million members working to provide this information.
So the difference between, as we have been talking, the digital magazine and the website has more ratings and content. There's immediate access. So as soon as if there's results from the testing lab, which might not be fully published in the magazine, it'll be up on the website. They have lots of videos showing you how they test their products. This is just on the homepage. I'm just going to scroll down to just show you. There's just so much content. And it's so even if you're not looking for a product, I don't know, it's just kind of fun to see what's out there. And but there's always something, I do need a new smartphone.
And the holiday season is upon
Yes,
us.
yes, it is. They have all their products A to Z that you can that this is the extensive list of what they've been testing. And we'll go into more of that. I just wanted to finish going over this. Okay. Now we don't have an app. That's not available to the library patrons. But I like these videos. They show you, here's how they test vacuums. It's kind of interesting to see what they're doing there in the labs. And then they just have helpful things like decluttering or what you shouldn't put in your dishwasher. Just,
That's the video I should watch. What can I not put in my dishwasher? I put everything in it.
And they have all these engineers and researchers, 89 years of fighting for what's right, 5 million members strong. Okay. Anyway. So, they have these, I'm just going to go into this guide just to show you because it's so extensive. And this is just exclusive to the website. And they have, I mean, just so many details about, television, what type of television and how big and, what is this and when's the best time to buy? That's a feature I really like is they tell you like, November is a time to buy air fryers.
Because those prices do fluctuate depending on the
Yeah.
year. It's true.
So here, when is the best time to buy a TV? Well, Black Friday, okay. And here's the annual price cycle. I mean, just more information that you would think that you would, I didn't know that, it goes into so much detail about, just looking at it, at the types of television screens. Things are pretty complicated now. It's certainly more complicated than in the 30s, I think. Especially, I mean, and I think I saw somewhere on their website, they were saying that the technology and the rapid pace of innovation are creating new challenges for consumers, different from those they confronted in 1936 when Consumer Reports was founded.
Absolutely. Susan, you mentioned the use of bots and AI, and that's something that
Mhm.
we're navigating now in the consumer world.
And I
So, and
do,
yeah,
yeah, I
something
do want to
they,
mention that they actually do have an option where you can try out the AI in Consumer Reports, but that's just using all the content that they have made available, on their site. But I'll show you that in a little while. Okay, so here is where this is just the ratings and reviews for TV, and my screen is kind of blurry right now, isn't it? Okay, now it's showing. All right. So this is where if you wanted to go directly into like where was that? I saw the shop. I mean, they do have these links to go right into Amazon or Walmart or Home Depot um, and shop. Okay. Let me go back to the homepage and just point out the different categories up at the top. So cars, and this is all the information under cars, home and garden, appliances, electronics, babies. Actually, there's a different page under babies for some reason. It looks a little different. Okay. Digital security, and they have deals. The best deals. So if you want to save. Okay, so I'm gonna go to let's go into appliances, and I'm just gonna go into kitchen, small appliances, and I wanted to go into air fryers. So you can just, you can go in where, I mean, they have information, all over. You could read the buying guide first. Here's air fryers. So you'll see under air fryers, we would start with the buying guide. It tells you, gives you tips on how to choose the product that's best to you, how to pick an air fryer. And then you want to get a comparison, and then the ratings and reviews. You can get a comparison of all the different products. And I like this feature. Oops, I wanted to show you. They have this add to compare feature. So if you want to just say, because actually they're looking at 85 air fryers. So I don't know, maybe you just want to compare a few. So these have good scores. I think I'll do that one and then choose another one. And then you can view just those 5.
A great way to get the information, but not get too overwhelmed by all the
Right.
choices.
And you can't do this with the magazine or Flipster. And you can actually print this out. And all these are recommended. And you can easily look at just some different scores. And Consumer Reports just has a ton of car information. And I like, actually, I wanted to show you, let's see a few things here. You can see how much you can get a repair estimate for your car. So let's try Toyota. What do I need? Airbag or air filter. That's not too. How about air conditioning, refrigerant recover? Not too bad. It gives you shops nearby. That's so handy. Okay. And then I want to move along because it's 4:44. Ooh, okay, so some other cool things as repair, replace. So you can select one of your appliance that, so for example, a refrigerator, what type of refrigerator, how long did you own it, what was it originally cost, and if you should replace it or repair it. There's just a lot of little things, little tools. It just makes it it's helpful, but it's kind of fun.
Absolutely. It's the information from the magazine, but then these added tools that can help you decide all of these different things that come up as you're looking to buy or repair or replace.
And they do pet products, they do travel, health and wellness. The bill negotiator is one of the vendors or businesses that they work with. It's with some company called Bill Shark, but you'd have to, and they negotiate payments, like if you're paying high bill or if you're high prices, and they partnered with Bill Shark, and they do charge a fee to do this service. So And then I just quickly wanted to show you the AI feature. So like I was curious, let me go back to the homepage. You know, what doesn't Consumer Reports test? And this is actually, if I want to ask AI, I have to use this little sparkly thing. And then the AI will come on. Oops. Okay, so they don't test every product. Oh, I thought they were gonna give me more.
Doesn't say what they don't
No,
test, does it?
no. I've been playing with it a little bit, so. Okay, so I think because it is getting later, I want to just quickly move on to master file.
So this is the third way our library card holders can access consumer report information online.
mhm. Okay, so I go back to our website and under our digital resources, I'm just going to go to A to Z. And actually, this is a little tricky because it's under Explorer, master file complete. And I'll show you in a minute why it's under there. Because Explorer is the interface. And then master file is running as the database underneath. So you see, you can select, these can all be selected, or if you just want to just select master file complete, that's, yeah.
And you
Okay.
won't be quizzed on this, we promise.
No.
All these different terms.
Okay, so, and I was looking, well, why does anybody really want to, well, they would use this because it has full text of the Consumer Reports magazine from 1991, along with the buying guide. So if people wanted to look for the long-term product reliability, maybe just for some historical product information, collectors want to know more about a particular product, and or to see how a product has evolved. You may want to find some older articles, or you can just use it to zero in right on what you want to find out. So, and you can type in, the advanced search is nice because you can just pull down, sorry, not going too fast. Okay. Washing machines. And obviously searching all text, and I'm going to do consumer reports as my source. And okay, and then you can sort by the newest or the oldest. This is searching by relevance. You can view the PDF, which is going to give you the magazine, the PDF of the magazine. You can I'm just sorry, just waiting for it to look. Okay, and then you can create an account because this is a library product so you can create an account. If you're doing like any kind of research, you can create projects and put your work in a folder. You can download, print it out, bring it with you. Actually, you can listen to the text as it's being read and bookmark it. Sorry, it's a little slow right now. And then you can read the online full text version, or you can read it in Flipster, and this will go to Flipster. It's just going a little slow. It's okay. So, and this took me right into Flipster. And the very last thing I want to show you, thank you everybody for listening and staying with me. I'm going to the website. This is a new tool we're using. It's called EBSCO Discovery. So if you go to our website, you can search our catalog, our website. If you go to articles and databases, this will search all of our magazine and journal content, newspapers, from various vendors. So the EBSCO databases, databases from ProQuest, our Newsbank articles, and some other resources. Doesn't search the catalog, but just many of our online resources. So I'll just show you quickly how that, let's say you want to look up travel tips, and then I do want to find consumer reports. So I'm just going to type it off easy like that. No. And it's taking you in. And it's taking you into consumer reports. And if you and then you can sign, if you want to access it, then if you're not signed in already, then you just can sign in with your library card once you click on the link. And with that, I think we can go on. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing.
Fantastic. So 3 different ways, and we'll do a recap toward the end. 3 different ways to access consumer reports through the library. It's the same information, but packaged in different ways. And then you saw with consumerreports.org, you get some extra tools to use. And then with Masterfile, I love that you can go all the way back to 1991 to see what those historical trends have been. That's fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And we will still have time for question and answer, everybody. But I do want to make sure, I'm going to move ahead. Sorry. We've gone to demonstration. So for those of you who don't already have a library card, you can sign up right now, and I'll put the link in the chat. You can sign up right now for what we call an e-card, and it's really your introduction to the library. Our e-cards get you access to most of our digital resources immediately. You do need an email to get a e-card, because we will send you your library card number via email, and you're going to use that information to access these resources. And you can stay with the e-card, or if you'd like, come into one of our libraries and sign up for the full access card. And that's going to get you the ability to check out books, take them home, and use some of our other resources where, such as Discover and Go, Hoopla, Canopy, and we just have a lot of fantastic resources to use for free through the library. So this is the website to go to. And again, you will need an email address to get that e-card, but you can sign up today and start using consumer reports right now. And again, I'll put that link in the chat. And Susan and I we're going to get ready to answer some questions about what we've gone over. I do have a few that are waiting to be answered. But one of the things that we think is most important for you to take away today is that we are here to help. So there are many ways to contact the library. You can walk into your local branch, or you can come and access help on the website. The link up above is how you get to us, ccclib.org/contact us. You can get to us via email. We have an email form. You can call us during business hours at 800 number. You can text the library for help, and you can chat with us for help. So lots of ways to reach out so that we can get you the information that you need to help you thrive. So please, and I'll keep this up while we answer some questions. Susan, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Let's see. And I'll put that get help back up in just a second. But first, I'm going to stop the recording. That way, for those of you who had to leave early, or for those of you who couldn't make it, this information will be posted to the Contra Costa County Library's YouTube channel in a couple of days so that you can look it over again and tell your friends. Have them watch it. It's fantastic.